Well, howdy, howdy, howdy. Dearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this, a brand new day. And remember, no matter who you are valid. Thumbs up for that. And it is indeed a brand new day. It's cold and wet, and I went walkies because I had a doctor's appointment. It was about my knee, because I have a lot of knee pain. Not a lot. I mean, right now it's overshadowed by my bone spurs. But that's just because of gating theory, they figure, in healthcare and all that. When this was really, really bad, and I was bedridden, I did not feel a single lick of back pain. But once this got down to it only hurt bad when I was really using them, well, my back pain came back. My knee really hurt before my bone spurs started acting up. Now that my bone spurs are acting up, I barely feel my knee pain. It's still there. It's just overshadowed by my bone spurs. So I had the appointment. They took a look at the current x-rays and such of my knee, and yeah, I have a torn meniscus and injuries, there's arthritis-y stuff. So they got me down a referral for physical therapy and a new med to replace, not go on top of or with, to replace ibuprofen. Because ibuprofen, you take it, you dip, you go like this, and this is more of a longer lasting. So thumbs up on that. And that's the result of that. And then I walked home, and boy, my heel's been hurting. But that's a good thing. So now I've got a plan, and I'm not too worried. I mean, my body's getting older, I'm falling apart, that's natural. Yay, not a joyous thing, but I also am it's like 12:30ish coming up on, well, by this time probably 12:45 p.m. I want to walk to the library. I have 80 pages of stuff, 80 different projects there to print. Oy vey. It's a lot of, there is, from Print and Play Arcade, a thing, Dungeon Pages and Dangerous Space, and then they have a monthly Overland Adventures and a weekly, or monthly, I can't even remember at this point, Overland and Dungeon stuff. So they're still coming out with a lot of these characters and situations, and I sent off to the library not even all the pages that are available, but it's 80 separate projects, and I'm printing them, each of the pages, on a separate sheet of paper, just in case, and then I'm going to put them inside of page protectors, and then hopefully start playing them, and then maybe even show them off for the channel. Thumbs up for that. And speaking of showing things off for the channel, I really want to play this for myself and for everybody else. It is one of those, it's a role-playing game, but it's kind of role-playing light in that you use different stats for characters, but your stats are not really character stats. It's like, how well can you hit hand-to-hand? How well can you hit ranged? And it's like that. That's your character. Not like, how strong am I? No, it's how well can I hit things. And then when you go to strike things, you take your hand-to-hand versus the enemy's hand-to-hand, cross-reference on the chart, and then there's where you have to go for dice rolls. Which, is a quick aside, hopefully I can come back to this. They don't make it anymore, but there was a company called Mayfair Games. They came out with a game called DC Universe, and I love that game, but it is bizarre and hard to figure out because it works in a logarithmic scale. We all have basic stats of 0. And each point is twice as strong as the one below it. Human beings tend to max out at 6. So a character at 6 has a strength of, say, they can lift 400 pounds. You have a strength of 7, you can lift 800 pounds. You have a strength of 8, 1,600 pounds. Superman has like a strength of 30. But someone with a strength of 31 is twice as strong as Superman. But you use your offensive versus their defenses and come across and cross-reference it on a chart for the number that you have to roll to hit. Thumbs up. I actually kind of enjoy that. But the big thing, like I said, it's kind of role-playing light because they use, I'm not going to be able to find them. I'm just going to open it. Oh, of course, I opened it up between things, so there's a lot of blankness. You know, pages and stuff. But it's also, you generate your dungeons randomly, and you have your figures going on to actual squares. And so there's a lot of more, not wargaming, but figures being used. You can't really do it without figures. You need to have figures because they move by inches or squares. Still looks good. Bad part is, unless you want to make up your own stuff, you have to buy the supplements to find new monsters. Now, are they actually balanced? I don't know. But there are 16 adventures so far, and each one of them has a different matrix of monsters and a different set of block stats. Now, they're like $5 for the adventures, so I'm picking up like one, possibly two. I picked up two, so no, it's been like 4 months. I got 4 of them. That's right, 4 of the adventures. The last ones I'm not quite sure, you know, the latest ones, not the last ones, that I purchased, not quite sure about the value per page and money, because they're like 4 or 5 pages for $5, whereas the first one, number 1, was like 18 or so pages. So, not too happy about that. You know, it's a 3-act adventure. Act 1, use the stuff that comes out of the main book. Okay. Act 2, use the stuff that comes out of the main book. All right, what am I paying for? Act 3, here's your 1-page dungeon. And here's your carrot monster stats. Okay, that took 2 pages. Still though, I want to play it for the channel and myself. Now, one thing I do want to do that I have seen people doing online, and I have to, next paycheck, I want to buy packs of like poker chips. On the 1-inch poker chip that are flat. And I even researched some. They have training chips that are completely flat. And, you know, no ridges, no nothing on them. But what you do is you just print out on a 1 degree, a small 1-inch circle. You have your printed out thing or your drawn thing, and then you just cut it out. And they even have punches that'll go pop and punch it out in that size perfectly. Then you just use your glue stick, slap it onto a poker chip, and now you've got yourself a token that you can move around, and it doesn't have to be a standee or figure. So that's a perfectly valid way to do it too. People also show how to make these things using coin protectors. So thumbs up. Also, I showed off a whole bunch of my PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 1 games, and I talked about some, but I just wanted to real quick show off a little bit of what left I have here. And this isn't all. I mean, I've only got a stack, like, if I put them flat on a table, they only go up like this high for the PlayStation 2 stuff, and maybe this one high for the PlayStation 1. So I didn't bring a lot, because it was heavy bringing what I had. And so I just want to show those off. There's more. I could even show off the other stuff for systems. If I can bring my Xbox over here and it still works, might be using that. But I'd mentioned that there's Scarface, where Scarface, again, it picks up immediately in the scene at the end of the movie. And instead of dying, you actually fight your way out and escape. It totally invalidates the movie. So thumbs up on that. It's still fun, and you go into rages where you're invulnerable, and when you're shooting people, you're actually picking up balls for your adrenaline to get your rage up. This is a not very good game, but it's old, and it's one of the first ones I bought, Extermination. It's one of those, you're going into a place and killing all the bad stuff things. But it's ancient, and so, you know, it's got terrible graphics, but I love older games, and I love the graphics from those times. One of the reasons I prefer pixel art for my games. I love good pixel art. And pixel art doesn't have to be two-dimensional. You can have good pixel art even on 3D models. But if you're using sprites, where there's 8 different pictures you drew to show the character's movement, I'm in love. So thumbs up. Now this one's really terrible. Wizard Warriors of Might and Magic. The Might and Magic series started off really good. Ancient, way back in the 80s. As just wireframe traveling through dungeon crawls. And then built its way up to become something mighty. And then died when the company died, and it's just been run into the dirt since with terrible, terrible games like that. I like that game, though. I like bad games. Speaking of bad games, I'd also mention how I got Duke Nukem for the PlayStation 1, and the 2 3D games that they also have. Well, no, this is the regular one. This one's Time to Kill, so I went and screwed up. Land of the Babes and Time to Kill. I meant to bring over Time to Kill, but this one's Land of the Babes. And you're just traveling through time, trying to rescue all of the various babes. Speaking of terrible games, this one's wretched. I really like it. There is a channel called Re-Res, online, of course, that goes over games that are bad. And in the end, they go, just bad games. They did a whole thing on this. Because really, it's terrible. It's awful. I love it. You can't pull the camera back far enough. So by the time, and it's all, you can't rotate it. So if anything is in front of you and firing at you, you've got a screen, if the screen is this tall, you've got about this much at the bottom that you can see that's coming from you this direction. So you're going to be taking damage if they're in front of you. Gotta love it. And I have this for the PC. And I have it for PlayStation. It is a very good game, Darkstone. This was back in the day when I tried to keep things from breaking. Now I don't really care. So, yay. But Darkstone, I mean, not just the bits and parts, it's got the manual too. So, I mean, big deal on that. But still, I like the game Darkstone. I like dungeon crawlers, and that's a good thing. I have 2 things left, and I want to show these off too. Dino Crisis. Apparently, they're doing something with Dino Crisis as a new, I don't know if it's a remake or redesign or whatever. But this is a good one where you're going through a complex and you're fighting dinosaurs. And you can't really go head-to-head with a lot of them because they're dinosaurs. You know, a gun isn't going to do much against a T-Rex. And there are a few, they're set pieces, and that the T-Rex is only going to attack you in a specific area. And so you've got to get through the T-Rex thing, but you know, it's cool. There's dinosaurs. And then this one. I had shown, what was it, Dragon Warrior, I can't remember. I got Dragon Warrior 7. Did I show this one off? I can't remember. I got Final Fantasy 7, Dragon Warrior 7, and then the other one for the PlayStation thing. But yeah, so this is a good one because it's the whole Dragon Warrior series. I mean, this isn't the whole Dragon Warrior series, but I got the disc and the manual for it, and the other disc for it. So yeah, thumbs up on that. Now what I'm going to do now is just edit, render, upload, because I need to get to the library so I can print my stuff so I can make it back here. So it's not a whole lot of stuff I'm talking about, just talking. I honestly, just as a real thing, honestly cannot remember how well I slept last night. There are times where if I don't think about something, it vanishes with my ADHD. That's one of the things. I cannot remember. I have the impression that I did not sleep that well, but I have no specific memories, not even any specific side that I woke up on. So I don't know how well I slept. Isn't that great? Well, you know what? If you have watched this far, if you could type Dragon Warrior 7 into the comments. That would be good. I mean, really, only a couple people do, and I appreciate each and every one of you that does. So don't feel obligated. That's all I'm saying. A couple people do. You don't have to. It would just be cool. Kind of nice. Thumbs up for that if you do. That, of course, lets the YouTube algorithm know people watch these videos, and lets me know that people watch the videos. Thumbs up and thank you. Speaking of which, people do this at the beginning of the videos when people are actually watching instead of this far in when most people have stopped. But if you could like, comment, subscribe, and share the video with people that you think would like to watch an old man ramble on incoherently about inane things, that would be awesome. Speaking of which, if you're a Patreon patron, thumbs up and thank you. It is greatly appreciated. You help me out so much. Now, some of these places, one of these places, I can't even remember which. It's going to subscription billing instead of month to month. I don't know what that's going to do. If it's Patreon, I don't know what the change means. I don't know if you need to do anything, but they're making a change November 1st, and I'm only going to hope that it's not going to mess everything up. So thumbs up on that. You are beautiful and awesome people. Thank you so much. Speaking of something that's beautiful and awesome, if you could check out my GoFundMe down in the description below, trying to save up money so I can get myself a computer that will play modern games well, that I can record the games, and that I can edit and render video. This thing, it's a nice piece of equipment for the time. It gets me online and it plays some games, some of them quite well, like Astroneer and Oblivion are awesome on it. Who would have figured? But other things, oh boy, there are some things it just will not even load. Stuff that I used to play, so thumbs up on that. So if you could check that out, that would be awesome. Don't feel obligated, but if you could, that would be awesome. If you've left me a comment, thumbs up and thank you. You two are beautiful and awesome. So I read every comment that comes in that YouTube shows me. I thumbs up and heart each and every one that YouTube shows me. I answer as many as my nerve compression symptoms will allow, which is not as many as I would like. But if you could leave a comment, that too would be awesome. Thumbs up, thank you much. You are beautiful and awesome people. Well, son of a gun, this lasted a lot longer than I thought it was going to. Good and bad. So if you've watched this far, thank you so very much. You are just beautiful. And also, just as a quick aside here at the end, I'm thinking of making another cut like right here. Just over, not as far as this side that goes all the way back, just over and then down. I don't know why, but that so soon. So, until we meet again, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side. And that is indeed a very, very good thing. And remember, if you can't get done the things that you would like to get done, please do not beat yourself up. Be good to yourself. I'm looking at my thing behind my tablet, not at the camera. How weird. Be good to yourself. Even though I was looking at it's a lotion bottle. Even though I'm looking at a lotion bottle, what I was saying is still true. Don't beat yourself up. It does not help you. It only hurts you. And that's not a good thing. Be good to yourself. You're worth it. Take care.